Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Good afternoon.
Well, there's that too. There's that too. Good evening, everyone.
Good night. Good night.
Welcome to another episode 14 of What's the Purpose?
That's
Mr.
unscripted. Russ.
Dizzle dap.
Mr. CK right here.
Mm-hmm.
Pleasure always, gentlemen. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Again, another episode. Look at that. We got this thing.
Ooh.
Like, my goodness. 15 episodes in. Good grief. With all of our, it's not like we're busy.
Yeah.
It's not like we have anything going on.
Oh.
Like we have anything. No, we're just
We're just
we're just
here.
sitting around doing nothing. We're just sitting around
doing
nothing.
ourselves, you know?
Nothing.
Which funny
Watching
enough,
grass grow.
which is funny enough, because I remember there was a point
Mm-hmm.
where this was related to when we were in high school.
Mm-hmm.
That, and I saw it recently when I went back to Scarborough and went to a restaurant to pick up some food. That really and truly, you can age, but it doesn't mean that you're maturing.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Because the men that were in this restaurant talking,
Mm-hmm.
they were older than me.
Yeah.
They were older than me.
Mm.
And I was listening to the conversation, and at one point, I was like, oh my God, I got to get out of here. Like, I felt the foolishness. I felt the stupid, like, just coming at me. And I was like, not to be rude, I say
Right.
this respectfully, but it's like, to your point of like, it's not like we're busy. Like, there are individuals, nothing against anybody who's like, yo, I just got to work and that's it and whatever. None of us are in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
None of us. Like, it's either you're working extended shifts, you have a side business, you have a side opportunity, you're teaching, you're doing something, and then we still try and make sure we have time for our families.
Yes.
Time for ourselves as best as possible.
Balance.
But that is a very interesting like takeaway that I had. I had reasoned it out one time. I was like, yo, man, I would love to know what that's like to be like. You go work and you just say, all right, yo, Maya, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man, come through, man. I just forward and
Yeah.
I one of the ladies that I know from my church, she was talking the other day, and in line with what we're saying now, where her brother works somewhere, and he'll go to work, finish work, and from Friday evening till Sunday evening, you can pass by his house, and likelihood, no matter how late it is, or for sure during the course of the day, you're going to see him on the porch. And the later on in the day that you pass, the more beer cans you see accumulated outside his porch.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, like I can't relate to that. Like I can't even, like even the other day when we went and got food and you guys said, oh, I can go get alcohol from the gas station. I didn't know that. I was oblivious to that. Oblivious to the fact that remember how I walked in and I'm like,
that was there?
Yeah.
You know how focused,
time?
that's to show you how focused I am. When I go get gas, I'm looking at the man at the the cash register to get me what I need, and I'm out.
No,
I'm not looking for no beer or nothing like that. It's oh my gosh, like
priorities, man. It's different. And you know what? To look at it, because I had a similar situation, and someone had said something in my head. I was like, lucky you. That's how your life is, and that's how you view it. Because if someone else is always picking up the slack, then cool.
Oh, is that how it was?
Do
Like
your
they
thing.
always have someone
like someone fall back on. And I was like, you know what? Lucky you.
Like
but
what? Like who? Like their significant other or
not significant other, like their family.
Okay.
Their family they can fall back on. And I was like, lucky you, because
And what's that? Okay,
and I
I'm
was
now
like,
needing context.
I wonder what that's like.
I'm trying to understand context of like falling back on in what sense. Like
It's like, oh, they're going here or they're doing this, but their kids are being helped by their family. And I was like, you know what, that's lucky. And it's not saying that I can't ask my family for the assistance, but
feel like it has strings.
Yeah, it's
or
like
indirect
it's
stranger?
no, it's not the that I can't ask. It's the constant asking of,
Yeah.
or
It's the
just
option
this.
to have.
It's the option to have on a consistent basis,
Like you're talking this is like every week, or
like
once
every
a
week or
twice a week. Yeah.
twice a week, or I can just go do this and do that, and then mom got
Yo.
my back, or my this got my back, or whatever, and I was like, that's
I can't even say
lucky.
nothing because
I ain't saying nothing.
I'm lucky.
I ain't saying nothing.
Because
I'm
can
keeping
do
my
that.
mouth
the
shut.
thing, the thing for me is that like I realize I'm beyond blessed. I have
Beyond.
my mother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
I have my stepmom.
Mm-hmm.
I have my dad. I have my stepdad. I have my mom. I have my stepdad from the other side, and I have my sister.
Mm-hmm.
So I have.
And he don't even get into cousins yet.
That's not cousins.
Right. But
The
it's
list
is there.
the list is there.
Yeah. I
but
have a lot of people.
you're I think the context where I'm saying it is that
Mm.
there is no like what's the word?
Like
There is no
constant?
schedule. It's just I can pick up and go and they'll handle it for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Without you having to
Without you
ask?
have to even ask.
Oh, that is
That's
nice.
That's
That
what
is
I'm
nice.
talking about. Like
Oh, that is
that's
nice.
the whole
That
different
is nice.
story. Like
that's not no. I have to like this week that just passed
Mhm.
has been crazy.
Yeah.
We had I think 3 or 4 bookings that we had to do. And each day or working it out from the week before, like, mom, is it okay? Can you watch the kids here?
Mhm.
Auntie, can you watch the kids here?
Right.
Like there was the scheduling.
That's what I was.
So you're saying the
scheduling it.
opposite.
Is it the opposite of
Where
like,
it's like, I'm
oh,
gone.
I'm picking up and go, and then
you know that-
hey, it's like hey, this is happening, blah 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 blah, and then
That's it.
they got you, and I was like,
So when we put this episode
Lucky
out, I'm gonna ask you to edit this section in, and we're gonna pause right now,
Yeah.
and we're gonna put that Life Jennings song, "Must Be Nice," because that seems very applicable right now. Because I know not only would my conscience and like just the character behind it bother me
yes,
to just pick up and just take like, you ever seen those stories on social where like you get the kid put down at the door, they knock on the door and they just take
walk
off.
take off, yeah,
And the parent is very welcoming to it, which is nothing's wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
The way how you're talking about it, it sounds like this is a regular thing.
It's a regular thing, you know what I mean? And I was
Regular.
like,
Whoa.
shout out to you.
Two things.
God bless you.
I listed out a bunch of people, and I got a shout out to my sister-in-law. My sister-in-law has definitely been there a lot.
Mhm.
But I long to be a grandparent like that. Like I want to be the
Let's
grandparent
not-
where my kids could just
Let's not
drop
push it.
their
Let's not
kids
push
off.
it. But let's work.
I
Let's
do,
work
I
our way
do, I
towards.
do.
Let's
I'm
work
not
our
gonna
way
lie.
towards it.
I want to be
Mm-hmm.
because right now I find myself as like I'm always on the go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I care very much about my kids, but I'm always on the go.
Yeah. There's always things going on.
there's always things going on.
Mm-hmm.
And when I get to that age of just being older, a lot wiser,
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you'll still be busy?
I hope not. I hope
Really?
I hope I'm literally, yeah. I hope I'm busy with them.
Okay, fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? I
Fair
hope that's
enough.
like that. I long for that. Like I long for that.
But now, okay, so here's
Mhm.
okay. So now, not hypothetical question, but question that can be created. Obviously, it takes time and effort. But what would that take for you to have that now as a dad, not just grandparent, but like now as a dad?
That's a
Finances,
So finances,
not having to go to work. A lot of my time is taken up by work.
a lot of your time is taken up by
I
work.
work 12. I work 12-hour days, right?
So another hypothetical question, which is
a really good
very like I think about this often.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why I'm making the decisions that I'm making now, as far as the 5 to quote unquote, 10-year, I guess you can call it sacrifice, but it's not really sacrifice because I'm not sacrificing not seeing and interacting with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
But my kids now understand when mommy and daddy say we gotta go,
Yeah.
grandma's here, auntie's here, whatever. They're like, oh, my kids now know, okay, what are you putting up today? Or what's the booking for today? Or what's happening today?
Right.
So they actively understand
Mm-hmm.
what's happening, because we'll talk to them about like, you guys say you want to get this, or you guys want to be able to do this. Mommy and daddy have to we're positioning ourselves to
Mhm.
get that, right? So that's part of the the sacrifice right now,
Right.
because the thing that I don't want
Mm-hmm.
is I'm now older in retirement age, but I haven't positioned myself
yeah.
financially to have,
Mm-hmm.
fill in the blank,
Right.
fill in the blank of whatever the
Mm.
situation
Yeah, that's
is.
for me is the thing that I really want to be in that position when I
Right.
get older. Just be like, yeah, my kids are doing it. Drop them off.
Drop
I'm just
them off.
home, just chilling. And it's like, yeah.
And so it's
Mm.
funny because actually that's a whole nother, actually, that could be the conversation for this episode.
Yeah.
It's going to be a short conversation as best as possible. But do you think about your retirement right now? And if you do,
Mm-hmm.
does it look busy, or does it look like, boy, I really have to find something to do? Or go ahead.
You know what? I've thought about it in two facets.
Okay.
The facet that you talked about, and the facet in where I am no longer the breadwinner. You know what I mean? Or quote unquote the provider.
Meaning like
And
you could be living with one of your children, or you
could be living with one of my children. Not saying living with them, but in the sense that I don't have to now think of I need to provide.
You've provided
I've
already.
provided already, and we're here. Like, even I thought about it recently. Like, one day I was sitting there just like mellowing it out on the idea and the concept of how the world is and what we are. Because I was listening, audiobook I was listening to was like The Psychology of Money. And then they were talking about how our vantage point of what's comfortable has changed over the years based on what happened in like the 1930s, 50s, blah, blah, blah. How we want our house to be bigger. We want this, that, and the third. And I was like, man, if I go back to childhood and think about what I actually wanted as a child before I was captivated by what I saw on TV, it was literally an acre or maybe even less, the house. I have my own garden. My foods, my vegetables are catered by myself.
That's what you thought about.
That's what I thought about as a kid before I saw,
Yeah.
the white picket fences and what that stuff. Because growing up in Spanish Town, they would bring me to like my grandmother who lived in St. Mary, and then when we go to her, and then we're like walking up to her house, there was like pineapples everywhere. Goats running around, this, that, and the third. As a kid, that's what I thought old age would look like for me. And then, once we started watching more TV, then you start thinking about the white picket fence with the pool in the backyard, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, that's what I'd want my retirement to be. You know what I mean? I have my plants, my food, I'm growing my own stuff. I'm back there just chilling, doing my thing. And then, I have enough money to be like, you know what? I want to go to Costa Rica today. I'm gonna just fly out to Costa Rica and come back, spend a couple of times. Like, that's what my head of retirement looks like. Not in the sense of that I have this big fancy house or whatever. It's just like I'm comfortable. I got my own food going. Like, my kids or grandkids can come over.
The basic, going back to the basics is
going back to the basics of what I grew up
needed,
in
what's
Jamaica
needed.
seeing as needed. You know what I mean? Like watching my grandmother walk around and cut pineapples for us and then giving us bags to go back to town with was like, ooh, that looks dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I've thought about retirement in that vein, and I've thought about it like, cool, would I want to be the one that my kids can just drop their kids off when they need to go somewhere and I just be with them? And I'm like, will I spoil my grandkids? I don't know.
Oh, for sure.
Am
I already know I'm gonna spoil them because I need to throw it back in my kid's face. Not to be rude, not to be respectfully. I'm thinking about it from the point of view of the spoilage that my picnics get right now from their grandparents. I'm like, I need you to feel this. I need you to know what this feels like, where your grandparents load you up on living the 5-star life with them for whatever period of time, and then you got to come back to me, and it's like, oh, I went to Sandals for a weekend, and now I got to come back to Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
What a comparison.
No,
bro.
but that's what it feels like because
Morgan Freeman.
again, you guys were here the other day and saw my kids and saw their grandmother and saw that before she left, what did she do?
Oh, that
She gave
Hulkamania lollipop.
She gave them a lollipop.
Yeah.
She gave each of them a lollipop. No problem. No issues. As a parent, look at the time. Like that was not the time to give a child a lollipop. Did she care? She did not care one measly bit. She didn't care.
Yo,
she didn't care.
He
She
looked like the Red Hulk.
Yo.
Trying to pop through that.
She did not care. And the thing is, my older girls now,
man.
they get it now. You know what my older one said to me the other day related to grandma? We're driving in the car out of nowhere. Daddy, over the summer. And she was very specific. She's like, Daddy, can we spend a week at grandma? I'm like, a week? I'm like, a week? Whoa, okay. Walk me through what a week looks like. Well, you know, we would be at grandma and we'd be there and then Papa would clean up after us and we would this and that and whatever. But then really and truly, I want to go to the I'm not fabricating. This is exactly what she said. She's like, and then we'll be able to go to the MALL with grandma. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, Daddy, we'll go to the mall. And I'm like, but I can bring you to the mall. And without skipping a beat, and I didn't want to feel embarrassed, but I was like, she's not lying.
Well, grandma's gonna say
Grandma's gonna say
yes.
grandma's gonna say grandma's gonna say yes. Grandma's gonna say no problem. Grandma's gonna say go ahead. While for me, you're right. We went grocery shopping the other day, and Eden asked me, like, bro, when I tell you the funniest thing, I'm big on fruits in our household. Cherries is in season at the time, and my middle child says, Daddy, cherries. Mommy and I like cherries. Can you get cherries, please? No problem. My oldest, she could have care less about cherries. She won't come use her head upon me now in at the grocery store. So, Daddy, can I have this thing, please? Which was one of those, what a stupid thing, Uncrustables.
Yeah, the peanut butter.
Peanut butter jelly without the crust, which makes no sense to me because like, how can you not have it with the crust? But 90s kids versus these other anyway. So she tries to make the argument in the store, but Daddy, you bought cherries for Lonnie. No, I didn't. I bought cherries for the house. Yeah. I'm gonna eat that. Your mom's gonna eat that. Everybody's gonna eat that. You're the only one that's not gonna eat that. She tried to literally pull a fast one, but like, you bought strawberry, and I'm like, no, I'm not buying that for you. And then worst thing, no, she goes sulk the whole entire drive home. I loaded her up with work. You see, when we came home, all that who do you think brought in all that groceries? Just because of the attitude. If she never had the attitude, I would have been like, yo, listen. Why would I go on easy for you? But you want to come have an attitude with me, Punta White? Yo, trust me.
Oh man,
trust me. So I get it. On the line going back to the line of retirement, I actually have in my head thought that I probably wouldn't retire, and the reason why I say that, because of the knowledge that I have or I'm gaining. I don't have all the knowledge that I'm gaining, especially when it comes to money and finances. And realizing that, money, is a soldier.
Right.
Soldiers to work. Or, money is a tool. Put it to work.
Right.
Using the soldier reference, you send it out to get more soldiers to come in. Because I understand that, I'm like, okay, the idea of physically retiring and saying, oh, I don't have to work or be mindful of this or that or whatever is very challenging for me to put in context right now, especially because understanding the power of brokering a deal, or being putting a deal together, making an introduction here, putting things together in a certain way, and it can be done in multitude of different industries, whether the industry that I'm in now or it could be a different industry. The skill set is transferable. So I remember talking to one of my mentors, and he says he has an associate that is in his 90s. The man said he's in his 90s, but he doesn't leave his house. But he has a Rolodex a mile long that people are constantly calling him still in his 90s, calling him and saying, hey, do you have or do you know this and this? I'm looking for this and this, this and this and this. And he'll take down all the information. Keep in mind, at the time, I don't know if the man is even still alive because this was quite some time ago talking to him. But he would go very old school, write all the information down, get all the information, ask the relevant questions as best as possible, and say, you know what, based on this, I should have someone in my Rolodex. Let me give you a call back.
Right.
And he'll make a couple of calls, find out what the person is looking for, and basically broker that deal. And the part that was very like taken back from me is at the time, my mentor said, yeah, he would broker. This was some huge deals that he'd be brokering. Like sometimes he'd be making $20,000-$30,000 just as the connector, as the middleman,
Right.
just as putting it together. He's like, hey, this. Cut me a check for $30,000. What? But it does make sense because I think this was in something to do with either construction or something like that, where they're dealing with like $3 million, $3 million. I got
contracts and all that stuff. Yeah.
$3 million.
Yeah.
They're dealing with a $3 million deal, and you see $30,000 commission check. That's small.
Yeah.
Small, right? That's actually less than 2%. That's 1%.
And it's funny, I've thought about it in that way too, but it was more like having something running that I don't have to like pay attention to on a consistent basis. Like something, whether online or like a store online or something like that. Like that's what I've thought about when it comes on to like retiring. Not saying you're not getting income, but more it's like
something else.
where you're doing something else and you're not physically out there doing the work.
That thing, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which is funny because like the automation right now, or I look at it as systems, whether it be through AI or whatever, systems are the key.
Yes.
If you have a system, it's perfectly fine. It's great. Like that's exactly what I know I'm constantly mindful of and trying to create. Because if you have a system in place, you know, that's great. Whether it be in your house, because if you have a good system in your house, it'll have a flow. If you have a good system in your business, it'll flow. If you have a good system just overall, it'll flow. The thing that I know to what you just said is not that I'm against what you're saying, but I recognize, think about if you leave something too long, the weeds build up, man. So it's almost like it's not that you're saying you're not going to pay attention to it, but it's almost like it's calendared in almost. Like we had this conversation about vending machines as an example. Vending machines, once you load them up, you're good to go. But best believe you have a calendar reminder, or they have these new systems now that tells you what's been sold.
Right.
It tells you what's been sold. So if it's like, hey, you're out of this particular item, you best look at it and say, okay, well, how much other items am I out of, or close to being out of? It hasn't reached that threshold yet, but it doesn't make sense to go fill up on just that one item. You're better off going to re-up on the whole entire item. That's a good system. That's the type of thing that I guess I'm thinking about from the point of view of like doing the work, almost like how nice it is to know you can get paid for a full day's work, but you only worked an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, like yo, I got
your mindset on money for
it
sure.
changed.
Yes.
So that's where. So it's interesting because that's where things have really changed for me during this journey of rentals. As we're doing rentals now and realizing, like, whoa, man. So we spent 2 hours doing this thing, and 2 hours was all of it. Like the pickup, the drop off, the setup, everything was accumulated to 2 hours, especially if it was a certain drive. Like it was a half an hour drive to get there, then half an hour to set up, and then you got to leave, come back. Everything, it amounts to about 2 hours. But to know that it's like, yo, money that was generated,
Mm-hmm.
you would have had to work a full day
Yes.
or
yes,
more
yes,
to generate that.
Yeah, that's what we call a money glitch. Like I always have
What?
like a money glitch,
What do you mean?
like a hustle or something that you realize money's just coming in over hand over fist.
Right.
And you're just like, yo, like those feel great. Because you're just like, you're like, wow. Like you look down and it's like, wow, like I made this much.
Mm-hmm.
Then we call it a money glitch because it's just like money just.
It just actually that leads. So I
Let's
never
come
got a
in.
chance to ask this to you, Russ, because I remember. You remember when you helped me out that time years ago?
Yeah, the chairs.
And with the chairs.
Yeah.
Is that a situation that you were able to relate to with what he's talking about? Because I gave you like, I gave you some money. I was and you were like, yo, hold on, you did because you came when you could come and helped out, and the deal worked out great.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, yo, here you go. Is that you're able to relate to what he's saying?
Yes.
Considering you know what it's like to have worked a full day. And it's like, yo.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought about that the other day because that was one of the that was a sweet.
Oh, that was a
sweet day, sweet deal.
Those are always good.
Those are always good. So it's funny that you mentioned that, D, because I'm always trying to get back to I guess in a sense not live on those moments.
Yeah.
But that's, I guess, why I do what I do.
But they produce a certain type of high that like just feels great.
It's euphoric.
Yo, it feels great.
It's
when you look down there like, yo, like I made sometimes like I don't know, like
so the thing for me, funny not to cut you, at this point it doesn't even matter about the money for
no,
me
it's
at
not the
times.
money. Sometimes
It's the fact that it happens.
Yo, it's the feeling that you're like I saw Will Smith talk about this. He was talking about like rock bottom. Right? He's like, yo, a lot of people people always talk about rock bottom, but they don't talk about cliff's top. That you reach so high up.
Yeah. Right.
That you're at the top. There's nothing left to do but jump.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing left to do but jump. Like you're like, yo, I'm at the top.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Yeah.
All you can do really is like just jump, like, right? He didn't use those specific words, but like that's what I got from it. And then he was like, because you see his situation with Chris Rock and you see where he's at now, and he was like, I was on the top of everything.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yo, I reached it. There was no other place for me but to go down, right?
Yeah.
Like, whereas like when you're at rock bottom,
You can climb up.
the only place you can go is up.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm just sitting there thinking about it, and I'm like, damn, like how would I manage the rock bottom? How would I manage the cliff top? Right? Or like I don't know, man. It was something that I heard him say and I thought it was so profound. And I'm just like, yo.
As you mentioned that rock bottom and cliff top, would you think that your life would change drastically? So I don't think we've ever had this conversation. So these are hypothetical. Let's say through lottery. Let's somehow say through the lottery you won. You bought the lottery ticket and we'll do lump sum. Pick a number that you feel like
50.
Hey, so 50
million.
And that's what you walk away with?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I wasn't even thinking 50. I was going to say 10.
Okay.
But 50? Wow. What how would would your life change like drastically, or would you think of it like stairs? Like would it be an elevator or would it be stairs? Like you'd upgrade slowly, or would it be like, yo, nah, man, I'm going to penthouse right away?
Nah, I feel like for me, I really just want to get the house and the land. So the people around me would know. Like they would know I got some, because I'd go get the house and the land.
Yeah. There'd be signs.
There'd be signs.
Yeah.
But there wouldn't be like, it's not like I'd be like, yo, I'm flying on privates and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. It would be literally like, I would make sure my family is set.
Got it.
Forever, like for me, forever home is a thing. Like I want to be one of those people, like I don't want to be moving around. I want to have a house where
everybody comes through.
Yeah, and I want to, mark off as my kids get older. Take a little knife and mark off in the wall as they get older. And as they get taller and mark it off, like, and they can see that when they get older.
Yeah.
Their room is their room from
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
they're little all the way to their big.
yeah,
And they're like, my dad and my mom never changed my room. Like,
Got it.
that's the type of vibe and the mentality I have. So that's all I would want, like, just that. And then to obviously be like, to set up some like, dividends.
Yes.
So for me, I would set myself up in a situation, like, I always say, like, if I had a whole bunch of money, I would never like just give someone money. I'd be like, we'll set you up a whole bunch of dividends, like a nice trust with all these dividends and all these things, so that you're getting your 3-4 grand monthly. You're getting your 3-4 grand monthly that could take care of your life, like, cause.
And who's this taking care of, the kids or for just?
No, like my sister, mom. Dad.
Oh, okay, nice.
Like,
nice, nice. Those individuals,
family, yeah. I would never just give them the money, but I would put
Yeah,
them in a
you'd
situation
want.
where
Yes.
the money is paying them consistently, right?
When I tell you, side note, if we haven't had this conversation, I've brought it to you guys. Like, I listen to the different stories, whether they be through YouTube or Facebook and stuff.
Yeah.
Brother, when I tell you them stories, money changes people. Well, correction.
They say it makes you more
Money makes you more of
who you
already are.
Yeah.
So if you were already a nice, kind, giving person, you're just going to be more of that.
That could be a fault, though.
It can be, and hence that's a whole nother thing when it comes to individuals who they came into a lot of money, whether it be through lottery,
give to
and
everybody,
they just
and they have nothing left.
and they have nothing left.
And then when they give up everything, everybody turns
Gone.
around and leave
Turns
them.
around and leave them, yeah.
Gone.
Because
There's nowhere to be found.
yeah.
So if it to what you're saying is, if it's set up already where it's like, hey, this is what you're gonna get, or because I know I remember listening to somebody talk about it where they're like, yo, if I get any substantial money, so 50 grand or whatever, it's setting up. The person said, here's your check and sign this document. Basically, this is a one-time, be blessed. If you've done it and waste it, don't come back to me. Which sounds really like rough and rugged, but it's at the same time, it's a protection mechanism, right? Like you have to protect yourself. And definitely, I can say there would be signs. There would definitely be signs, but I'm so mindful now of like, I remember when I was a youth, jewelry and branded stuff were so important to me. Versus now, I realize that it's health and fitness. And like, I was watching a show and the guys in the show, I couldn't tell what brand they were wearing. Could not tell us nothing, but they looked good because they worked out. They were firefighters. So as firefighters, they like broad shoulder, like they was like, okay.
As you say that, okay, so that's the point I was getting to when I was talking about the Will Smith thing.
Yeah.
He was talking about like cliff's top, rock's bottom, and he was talking about like literally you have to get to that point of like that feeling that you feel inside when something like good happens to you, to be able to generate that at like pretty much at any time. Right?
To generate, oof, that's a lot.
Yeah, trust me, because
that's
it's like,
a lot.
Yo, there's like when you said when you sold those chairs,
you're like, well, it's on a high.
You're like, whoa. But imagine just waking up in the morning and you're just like, just feeling like, whoa, like I'm awake.
Yeah.
So I agree with you, and I do have that, but again, I can't help but use the word levels, man. Yeah. There are levels to it where it's like, yo, I'm at a level 3, just on a daily basis, trying to be level 3 on a knowing that it's a out of 5. But knowing that if I hit a deal or I sold something that was sitting for God knows how long, and I got it sold, it's like, you hit that euphoria. You're like, I can't believe like I got this done. I can't believe this worked.
It's the same. Like, even thinking about it, if I got that 50 mil, it's kind of like the same approach where the home, the land, the property is secure for
Security.
sure.
Yeah.
That has to be done.
Have you guys ever heard of something called a barnuminium?
A barnuminium.
You should look it up. As men and who we are, and think about you have your own workout space. For you, you'd have an octagon. For us, we would have courts.
The basketball court.
Like it's called a barnuminium.
And as soon as you said it, I thought that, but I didn't know that what you were talking about.
That's what it is. It's like, imagine just it's almost like it's a warehouse, but it's not a warehouse. It looks like a warehouse, but it has everything. It has everything built in: the house, the garage, the space, everything that you would, as an individual, want to have for yourself. That makes you. So whatever you as an individual are into, you'd be able to create it and bring it all together. When both of you said what you just said, all that came to my mind is like, a barnuminium.
Yeah,
like,
for
it
sure.
just makes sense.
For sure.
When you look at those places in like Port Perry and stuff like that, like they have these big pieces of land.
Yeah.
And like just like the farm, they have like these farms that some of them are not even in use.
Yeah.
Knock that
Get
shit
it
down. Put
yeah,
that barnuminium you're talking about, put a little basketball court,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and you could put like you just set it up where it's like, yo, it's like another like home for you.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
the challenge with what you just said, and it's something that we've had conversations about, is it's difficult to make that decision to move for. Like I credit individuals who've chosen to move away, but not having family around, not having that support or just availability or like whatever it is, it's
See,
not
that's the thing,
it's
like,
not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, so some people like they think about a lot of the family they got their name from, and then a lot of people think about the family that they're trying to build.
Right.
So it's like when you're thinking about the family you're trying to build, you're gonna make just money moves and pure decisions based off of what's best for the family that I have. And when you're trying to stay, like when you're thinking about the family that you come from, you're just trying to be close to them, which may be a detriment to yourself, right? Whereas because our parents did that. Like if you think about, like, we're all Caribbean, came from Jamaica, and like when you think about it, if our parents thought about like, I just want to be close to the family, they wouldn't have left. Right? They wouldn't have left. They would have stayed.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And we're talking about a whole next country. We're talking about something that's still in Ontario. Right? That's on an hour or two drive
away from here.
A drive, right? Like, shout out to our cousin. Like, yo, his family was over in London, Ontario for a while, but like he stayed. He could have, and housing over there was, at the time we were paying arm and leg for housing over here.
And
he was getting housing over there for less prices. Now over there's populating, and he's like, yo, laugh off the bad man. Laugh off on them again. Yo, the man's like, yo, my money, man's laughing, right?
Laughing.
Because he's in a situation where his things are, he was one of the first people
in that position.
So
right?
He's
good now. He's good.
Yeah, bro. Trust me.
I remember that. I remember having a conversation with him years ago, and he mentioned the difference in, if you are in Toronto and you make $20 an hour, you might be able to get an apartment and maybe a car, but it's situational, and you'll still be able to get your groceries and whatever, but it's not going to be as fluid. Versus, he says, if you make $20 an hour in London, you actually will be able to get a house, get the car, and still have, disposable income for this and that. And I was Christ. Like, obviously in real estate, the statement is true: location. And sometimes it's to your detriment, or it could be to a blessing. It could be to your benefit, because it's like, yo, man, that would be blessed to know, you're making double that. Like, so if you're able to do that at 20, like, imagine if you're at 30 or 40, just from an hourly point of view.
Yeah.
But then think about it to what we were saying earlier. If you're doing your own business, or you're doing something on a side, so if you do the 20 for your 9 to 5, and you still have something that you're doing on the side, whatever it is, DJing, teaching, whatever the case may be, and you're generating an additional even $1,500 a month. Woo! Like, that's a lot that you can do with that, right?
True.
And that just boils down to the discipline, which I realize for episode 15, we're going to talk about discipline when it comes to budgeting. I realize we've gone quite a bit of episodes, and we have not had just our conversation or our relationship to budgeting. Because I know I have a very friendly, not frenemy, I guess frenemy is a good word when it comes to budgeting. Because I'm pro for budgeting. I'm all for it. But to get me to like, once I get there, I am there.
Yeah.
But I have to really like prime myself. I have to prime myself to it.
I feel it's something that a lot of people struggle with.
Yeah, it's a very interesting
Myself
one.
included still.
Yeah,
It's
and
a
it's
very
true.
interesting one. So we'll aim for that for episode. This was a great episode again. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
It's so important for us to just be mindful of taking care of ourselves and doing what we need to do to be the best version of ourselves.
Yeah.
As much as your drink is done. Cheers to you, gentlemen.
I don't know. I can't.
Cheers to the thing, Mayo.
It's bad luck, bro.
Is it bad luck? All right.
Splish
Splish splash. Thank you again for joining us. And until next time, have a great day.
Salute. Kaboom.
Peace.